Hello, my name is Stephen Allred. I am the Director of eServices for Duncan-Parnell, and I'm just going to take you on a brief tour of our eServices solution called eDistribution that will help you manage your bid projects out there, both public and private. I'm going to take you on a little tour here of what we do. Our website main address is dpibidroom.com, so I certainly encourage you to take a look at it. Most of what is up there is, of course, public. We do this for many architects, engineers, and municipalities in the surrounding area, mainly in the Southeast, and also been doing this for over 10 years. The purpose of this solution is to basically remove the burden of managing bids from your staff and putting it in a transparent environment where you can monitor the progress. And we basically do all the heavy lifting for you. And the great thing about this is this model provides you this service at no cost to you, because we derive the cost is handled by the bid sets that are purchased by the general contractors, whether they order a printed set or whether they order a download. And of course, you have control over how this content is delivered to them in collaboration with us as we get your bid together. So, let's take a look at what we have here. On the main page, we have a listing of all the projects that are available. You can go to the public projects link here, and you can obviously see them all, which are broken down by our different regions here. So these are certainly all the projects. You can search for a particular project, etc. On the main page, we also have a listing of all the addendums that have been recently released, and also a list of all of the bids that are coming due in the coming days. So what does a bid look like? If we click into one, and I'm going to use this bid here, this Shelby one. Yeah, this Shelby one here. So if we click into a bid, this is what a posting looks like. We essentially take your advertisement for bid, which should already have somewhere in the advertisement that contractors need to come to the bid room to view and review and see if it falls within their scope of work, the bid that you're advertising. We are the official plan holders list. We're not like any other plan room. If you're just wanting Duncan-Parnell to hold the sets and have your bidders come here to be able to acquire printed sets, we're welcome to do that. But we only put bids up on our bid room where we essentially are acting as an agent on your behalf to manage the complete bid and have the official plan holders list. That way you can be assured that, particularly as addenda are being delivered, that it is being delivered to the official plan holders. So this is no different as if you were managing it yourself. You have to have a qualified, accurate plan holders list so that you can make sure that important information is being distributed. So here we basically copy and pasted the elements of the advertisement for bid, including the bid, the pre-bid date and time, and the bid date and time, as well as then providing the information of the purchase information as far as how much a bid set costs, how much a printed bid set with a, if they wanted a USB drive included, as well as just downloads. So this information is then provided, and they can then place an order, and then it's basically a shopping cart experience at that point for them. The nice thing is that by partnering with us, the payment methods become very flexible. They no longer have to just write a check to you, which, as you can imagine, going to their accounting department and getting a check cut and then having it mailed over to you or delivered over to you in order to get these sets, that goes away, because all this can be done online, where they can use an existing account with us. Many contractors, we have thousands of contractors that have accounts with us already, so they can pay by account. We can invoice them. They can pay by credit card online, or they can, if they're coming here to pick it up, they can pay in cash. They can still write a check if they want to. Lots of flexibility there for payment to make it easy. And if they order a download, once we've approved payment, a link is sent to them to download those plans immediately. From the plan holders list here, you can see that every time that a person has purchased, they immediately show up on the plan holders list. This list is available publicly, so no more phone calls to your office asking for somebody to give them a copy of the plan holders list. It's becoming very much the norm that people know to go to the site here to know that the plan holders list is public and available to them. So that'll cut down on calls to you as well. Very important as well. The plans are viewable. If you go to the plans tab here, we make the plans viewable. If there's a reason that you don't want them viewable, they don't have to be. When you click on any one of these links out to the right here, it will open up a viewer. You cannot print from this viewer, but you are able to, zoom in, and you can, scroll to the next image, et cetera. Right now we're at 70%. I can, zoom in to 140%, et cetera. We also have a tab for the specs as well, along with a viewer as well. If you were to look at the table of contents there, you click on that and it will bring up also another viewer. So all the information that you need to see can be made available online for your bidders, potential bidders, to browse and see if this falls within their scope of work. The last tab, of course, is the addendum tab. And this is where addendum would be posted for distribution. You would send your addendums to us, we would post them, and then we will send a notification to all the existing plan holders that are on the project at that time. So they'll get a notification letting them know the addendum has been published and a link to get to it. And any bids that happen after the addendum, if they order a printed set, we will print the addendum along with the bid package to distribute to them. If they're getting a download, they obviously have access to the addendum at that time. We will leave the project up online for obviously through the bid date. And once the bid date has happened, we would then remove all of the purchase information down here at the bottom. And just replace it with basically the words that the bid has closed. And we would send you a notification to let you know that the bidding has completed, and that if you wanted to send us a bid tabulation report, some PDF file, we can then post that and notify the plan holders that the bid tabulation report has been posted on the website for their review. Then we will then leave the project up on our site for up to 2 months. Well, we will leave it up for 2 months. For people to reference, and then we will archive it off the site. But that does not mean that it's gone away. The data is still intact and remains indefinitely. If a year later you needed to see the plan holders list for a specific project that you did a long time ago, we will still have that information. You can pull it up for you upon your request. So that information is always saved. One of the advantages of using our bid room is, in addition to the advertisement that you are doing for this project, once we have posted it on the site, the project will be blasted out to our entire database of people that are wanting to receive bid notification, and that is, I think it's about 10,000 recipients that receive that. So that expands your reach, and that is part of the service, is part of the free services as access to that database. So a few questions here. What if I have a private project? I mean, as you can see here, we do have private jobs here as well. These are restricted by password, which means that the process is the same, except that it's not a project that is public. When you would have to then send links that we would provide you once the project is set up on our website to the list of contractors that you have pre-qualified, or your specific contractors that you only want this to see that project, and provide them a password to that project to get into it. If you see here, when we say projects with password, when we click this, it allows you to put in a password, and then putting in a password will make any project that is key to that password then appear. This is also the area that we use whenever we are actually doing the draft of your project. We'll always put them in the private area first while we're constructing your bid, so that we can collaborate and get you to review and approve it before we actually move it over to the public area for them to then begin the process. So this is a very simple process. One question you might ask is, how do I get started? How long does it take to get a bid up there? Well, getting started is as simple as just contacting us, and in earliest moment, go ahead and send us the advertisement for bid, which once again needs to have on there that that bid sets must be purchased through the website dpibidroom.com, and that needs to be in the advertisement for bid so that contractors know where to go. and we can start using that information to construct the bid. Then obviously send us the plans and the specifications. We determine the bid package price based on the number of plan sets, how large those are, and how many pages are in the spec book. We have a formula that we do that also computes in the administrative costs, and then we kind of round the number up to a whole dollar and establish the prices that way. And then we like to have about 24 hours notice to put all this bid together. We've done it faster before, but 24 hours is really what makes it easier and cuts down on mistakes being made. So, letting us know in 24 hours in advance is fine. It's a very simple process. Once you've done it once, it's a rinse and repeat for doing it for future projects. We make this easy. That is the point, is this to be easy. And then you just sit back and relax and let us take care of the process for you. It's very streamlined. It's very efficient. There's no cost to you. So there's really no reason to not give this a try. If you don't like it, don't use it again. But we have found that the retention rate is very, very high because there's no, architects, engineers, municipalities, there's a lot more to do at your firms than managing the bid process once the project is ready to bid. So having us do that for you so that you can focus on other things really can save valuable time. So I hope that you will give this a try, and we look forward to working with you very much in the future.